Oh, much better. Hey, there we go. I had to fix the camera. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Creamer. Yeah, what's up, guys? Look, I think I mentioned in the last podcast, right? I started doing this diet, right? And I'm not gonna lie. I've never ever had to really diet before, calorie deficit, or eat only certain foods. I've never really had to restrict the foods that I eat. And man, I am having the hardest time. It's crazy. It really is. I feel so like my whole life, it's been basically like, oh, if you don't want to, whatever, if I feel like I'm getting a little thick, just eat less. But my lifestyle really is just not eating much to begin with. You know what I mean? Like, I'll go all day on one meal sometimes, or one big meal. So it's tough right now, you know? And the food's not bad, but it's tough. I'm still having a hard time with it. I think I was having a hard time last time. I'm really having a hard time now, man. The cravings, dude. So I've been drinking like sparkling water and, just getting depressed. No, just making it happen, trying to. But then on top of that, and you guys know by now, y'all know, once I start something, everything bad happens. And that's just the way it is. And that's just the way it is. Right? Right. So I start another week doing the diet, doing my thing, staying disciplined, staying on it, being good. And then I end up getting. I'm still feeling a little under the weather. Got some kind of sinus thing going on, so things just taste bland. They don't taste good. Everything's got this weird, like, flat, salty but bland note to it, and it's just ugh. And I just want something sweet. And the only thing that I can have that's sweet is like oats, which are friggin' gross. At least the kind I got like old fashioned. Ugh. My shake in the morning, but it's like, dude, you eat a shake in the morning, that's not curing the sweet tooth at the end of the day. It's just not. It just doesn't do it. And so I'm just, man, I'm not feeling good. I got stomach issues right now. I'm not going to get into too much detail, but there's materials that are coming out that are just not natural. I've never seen them before. So, and it's coming out in a hurry. Just like, man, dude, got the bubbly guts. So, but that's just how it is. You start something, and then all the hurdles start happening, and you just keep pressing forward, and you do what you got to do. Because I'm going to be huge. But I'm actually losing weight, which I'm not too excited about. So, but I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to wait. I got a check-in, not this Saturday, but the Saturday after, the 10th. And I'm just going to see what happens to my weight. And, whatever. Maybe I'll lose some fat and put on some muscle. I know I still got plenty of that to do and stuff. But, yeah, man. I got to say, though, it is one kind of big point of motivation. I guess maybe it's motivation, maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't know. It is whatever you make it, right? So I saw some pictures of myself from my honeymoon, And I'm a bit thinner there. Definitely less muscular, for sure, and less fat too. But I don't mind it right now with the way I don't mind putting on a little bit extra. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, seeing myself like back, you know, in those days, I was just a scrawny man. You know, it's what How do you look like this, a scrawny man? So, but now I feel a little. I'm still thin, duh, but obviously, but I'm built like Odysseus now. So it's just it's kind of a good motivation to say, oh, okay, it's done something. I mean, I definitely haven't put on nearly as much gains as I could have if I was as disciplined as I should be, but I know it works. I've seen at least I made progress, and stuff like that. But then at the same time, that negativity creeps in because I look ancient. Just text Jade this a little bit ago. So I was looking at a wedding picture that my boy Mike posted. I was just on his Instagram. I don't know why. I was just kind of stalking his old pictures and stuff, just looking for pictures of myself. Actually, but I yeah, I saw a picture of that he took. Me and Jade at our wedding, and I was like, oh man, I look like I'm 17, and now I look like I'm 42. I could easily pass for 42 on a bad day, you know. Sometimes I turn my I open up my camera and it's got the selfie mode on, and I'm like, God, I look ancient. I look like the oldest man alive. Hard in the face, man. Real hard in the face, dude. I got these cheek lines, like dimples, they're cute, they're whatever. I got these cheek lines that just put 20 years on. I got gray hair coming in, dude. I got a saggy left eyelid, bro. And I'm still built like Odysseus. However, I'm probably just as old. Man, dude, I'm the oldest guy. I feel like the oldest guy. I look super old. Oh my gosh. When I actually am old, when I'm actually 42, I'm gonna be broken, dude. My lower back is gonna be McTrash. Seriously. I'm not looking forward to it. Not at all, dude. I'm gonna be hobbling around. I'm gonna have a walker by the time I'm in my 40s. For real. For real. I'm in that kind of pain sometimes. Yesterday was a low, major low. I went to physical therapy and we did our thing and it felt pretty good. And then I got to work and this like radiating from the bottom of my glutes down to like the behind of my knees, my knee backs, were just, it was just like this just pain, just radiating and just sitting there and just basking in it. I was just basking in the pain. The pain was just basking in my legs. It was horrible. I couldn't sit, stand, I couldn't stretch. Nothing would help. I mean, absolutely nothing. I got home and I was just in agony. And then I felt the chills coming on like I was getting a fever. I was like, oh God. Oh, I got the COVID. I got something. It's hurting. But I don't say I felt the fever coming on because like normally if I get a fever, I get like the chills all over. My skin feels sore. But that went away in like 20, 30 minutes. So, but then I took it wasn't a muscle actually, an anti-inflammatory, and I put like that icy hot stuff. It's called Deep Blue. Put that on my glutes, my cheeks, my lower back, and my the back of my legs and my knee backs. Didn't help. Not until I went to sleep. I woke up this morning, like all normal. But man, dude, yesterday was a big low. And you know what I had to do when I got home from work? Cook food I didn't want to eat. Just like, dude, man, I'm like not even a week into this diet thing and I want to give up already and just be like, look, I don't even need to do it. I'm going to go back to what I was doing before, but I'm going to keep doing it because that's what I do. So, man, the weather was nice today. Florida, you never get, it's just the nice weather is so, it's just so it's random and seldom that when you get a nice day, when you get a day that's like, in the low 70s, high 60s, it's like, dude, let's just work outside today. Don't care what it is. Let's just be outside. Let's go lay pavement outside today. Let's go roof. Let's just go roofing because that's outside. It's so much better. So it felt so nice outside. It reminds me of how badly I want to move out of Florida. How bad I don't want to be here because the weather here sucks. I was in Boyz II Men. So it was a nice day outside. It reminds me, like, it's crazy. Like when you do certain things in certain times of the year, certain weather and stuff like that, or around certain seasons or stuff. It like when you do something significant, that's like in your head as that time of the year or that season or that holiday or whatever. And like after being in the highway patrol, like I was so lucky to get in the end of the year because it was like I got in August, I think like August 15th, my ex-girlfriend's birthday. I think that's what it was. It's the only reason I remember it. My ex-girlfriend's birthday, otherwise I forget because I don't even remember her name sometimes. I was trying to like, I was actually going to say her name just now, and I forgot what her last name was. I don't mean that as a diss or anything like that. It just, I'm old. I have a bad memory. I don't remember anything. I don't even remember, like, what I ate for breakfast yesterday. Legit. I might not even ate breakfast yesterday. Maybe that's why I don't remember. But anyway, I remember getting in August, and that's the reason I remember the birthday, because back then, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, the academy was like 6 months, maybe a little over, and so I only had like August, September of hot, and then like October had like probably mostly hot days, but some cool days, and then like November really tapered off, December some hot days, but mostly 70s, low 80s, and then January, you're getting, into the, the high is, you'll wake up in the morning and it's 40, and then, it'll be 40 until the sun comes up. And then literally as soon as the sun goes above the horizon, it's 70. And then when it's high noon, it's 80. And then the sun goes down and drops below the horizon, it's 50 again. Immediately. So, yeah, I remember like it was such a great time to be in the academy because, dude, I could run in the cold. You could layer up and get warm, but in the hot, you can't unlayer. You know what I mean? I can't take any more clothes off than my, little gym shirt and basketball shorts. That's it. Like, you can't take any more stuff off. When you're in your uniform and you're marching and whatever, you're outside waiting to get into, the chow hall, you can throw on, your big heavy thermal jacket. Not a big deal. You can bunch your hands up and kind of put them in your pocket, or put them, in your sleeves a little bit. You can get away with some of that. But when it's 102, bro, you're sweating all day. And then you're walking around with wet clothes. Ah. You know, you're smelling like a roast beef sandwich when you get back to the dorms, bro. So, but man, we did so much cool, like just fun, memorable things, like simple stuff. Me and my roommate, Mike, Mike was such a trip, dude. He was such a trip, dude. I'm so glad he was my roommate. He was such a cool guy, man. But he was just, he was such a trip, dude. I remember the first day we got in, you know, where you don't know who's your roommate until you get to your room, basically. So I got in there. I think he might have been in there first. I can't remember, but he gets in there. Hey man, what's up? What's your name? Charlie. What's your name? Mike. And he's like, dude, I don't even know what's going on, bro. And he's like, I'm like, we just got to cut it. We got to shave our heads, dude. Let's go. And so he had the clippers. So we were using his clippers. And, I remember, dude, you know, the first thing I remember, he popped his shirt off and he was jacked, bro. He was I don't want to say a lot shorter. He was a little bit shorter than me. And he was like, he was pretty rocked out. I was like, oh snap, dude, I was so skinny. I was about 147 pounds. Like soaking wet, 147 pounds. And he was all rocked out with the abs and the chest, arms, like cap shoulders. I was like, oh snap, dude. Like, this guy's the business, bro. And, yeah, man, he had a nice little athletic physique, and he was just like freaking out, like, and so we like shaved our heads and everything like that. It's like the whole class. There was like the lieutenant. I can't remember what his name is. I can't remember anybody that was in my class. He made us shave our heads. I don't know. It was a thing. But anyway, me and Mike, we used to like go out sometimes on the weekends. Like if he didn't go back to Miami, and be with his family, sometimes we had to be, there for the weekend. We had to do like special projects and stuff like that or whatever. He would, me and him would go hang out, like just the two of us. We'd take his, Dodge Challenger out. And, I remember it was like a beautiful day. We drove a little further north. Academy's in Tallahassee, so we took off a little bit north, and we were driving down like these farm roads. We were listening to country music, and there was like this huge farm. And I was like, dude, this is the most like scenic, beautiful thing I've ever seen, dude. This farm is gorgeous, right? Like the road was kind of set just a little bit higher than, because we were like looking like, what if we get stationed out here? Where are we gonna live? You know, what if we had to live out here and stuff? So we were just driving around, just looking at stuff, and this beautiful farm. And we were out and we were just looking. We got out of the car and I was like taking pictures on my phone and stuff. And I was like, dude, I could totally live out here, man. It is gorgeous, dude. It's absolutely gorgeous. And so that the weather just reminds me of that. I remember we used to we went out to the mall one time, and I was always wanting to look like fresh anytime, because I didn't look like a trooper. You know what I mean? You know, I wasn't like the super Captain America looking guy or anything like that, or some military looking. I just was a chill guy. But I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna be I'm gonna be chill cop, And so, I'm gonna be fresh. I'm gonna be like Will Smith in Men in Black. I'm gonna make you look good. So I remember I went out to the mall and I got I got a pair of Vans, and they were like this. I don't even know what material it was, man. It was like, I don't even know. It was some kind of like canvas. Not really. It was like felt. I don't know. Some weird material that like shoes are not. And they were like this burnt rusty orange color. It was like almost the color of my shirt, but a little more orange. It might look more orange in the video. I don't know, but it was like a little more orangey than the shirt, and it had like a weird like pattern inside, like Aztec kind of pattern inside. It had like shoelaces that just the laces were in a weird shape and they never stayed tied, but I thought they were like the freshest shoes ever. I'm like, dude, those are killer, dude. And the guy, the Vans dude, is like, yeah, man, they're fresh, dude. We literally like sold out of all of them. That's the last pair we have, man. I was like, oh snap, dude. All right, what size are they? 11s. I was like, I'm a 13, dude. He's like, oh man, what a shame. I was like, I'll get him anyway, bro. He was like, oh, sick, dude. I remember he literally went, oh, sick, dude. Like, you're going to wear shoes that are too small just cuz. I was like, yeah, boy. That's what kind of guy I am. And you want to know what? That's not the first time I ever did that. First time I got a nice paycheck from Winn-Dixie, bro, I went straight to Foot Locker. I want a pair of black and white Air Force Ones, and they only had them in 12s, and I got them anyway. Because that's what kind of guy I am. Don't care. Oh, they're too small? Don't care. That's the shoes I want. Oh, you don't have my size? Don't care. So, anyway, dude, we used to go out. Always have a good time, man. Always have such a good time. It was so funny, dude, because I was like, bro, you know this is a dude car, right? And he was like, oh, what do you mean, man? I was like, this is a straight dude car, bro. It's Challenger on the 22s, man. We were going down like Sorority Row and whatever, and he was like, oh man, this car's gonna be a chick magnet. I was like, no, it's not, dude. And sure enough, bro, the only people that would say anything about his car was dudes. They're like, oh, sick ride, bro. I was like, woohoo. That's not the attention you were looking for. But yeah, man, we had a good time, man. We had a lot of scares, dude. I remember there was a one time where we were getting like our rooms. They would toss your room basically. They would go through your room and look for like, hold on, I'm looking for. He reminded me about a story that I totally forgot about. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, dude. So your room had to be immaculate. Every single day had to be immaculate. Your beds had to be like folded military style with like the blanket, like the pillow folded into the blanket and everything creased and tucked right. Everything had to be put away. They didn't really care what was in the drawers as much, but if your clothes weren't hung and your clothes weren't folded, they weren't cool with that. Your bed wasn't folded right. They'd throw your bed on the ground and like undress it, so you had to redo it and stuff like that. So I remember there was one day he went to go put his laundry away, I guess. He went to go put his dirty laundry up, and he left a pair of or he dropped a pair of his boxer briefs on the floor. And they didn't check your room every day. You didn't know when they were going to do it. That was part of the thing. It's like you just got to do it every day because you don't know today might be that day. To keep you on your toes. And so he was just, we went out of the room, and I think he knew. I don't remember exactly, but I think he knew that they were there. Maybe, I can't remember. I honestly can't remember. And we were in formation, and they were like, we were in class, and they had to, they called us out into what was that room called? I don't know. It was like the front office, big atrium room. It wasn't like an atrium, but it was like their lobby area. And that was the room. Like if we were in that room, you're basically getting smoked, which means you're down on the ground, you're doing butterfly kicks, you're doing push-ups or planks or whatever it was. I think it was push-ups. Yeah, I had to do push-ups and butterfly kicks, and you just do them for 30 minutes, almost nonstop. Like they would just put the work on you. And it was just their way of like trying to get into your head. But so they call us out there, and we're like, man, who did something now? That was what was the most frustrating about it. It was like, who did something now? And they're like, you guys need to tighten up, blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing. I shouldn't ever go into one of your rooms and find your underwear. Get on the floor. We were like, underwear? Oh my God, dude. And so we finish the whole, punishment, and we're done for the day or whatever. And I open our door, and there's his underwear on the floor. I was like, bro, it was you. And his face, he was such a sweet guy, man. He was like, oh my gosh, dude. And then, dude, there's, you just laugh or whatever. There was one time, though, I wanted to strangle him. They were tossing our rooms in front of us one day. I think one guy got caught with he got caught with peanut butter M&Ms in his room. And so they were like, we're going through everyone's rooms and blah, blah, blah. And you're going to stand there. And so I think we had literally until they got up there. So we got a chance to just book it to the room. And then, as long as it took them to walk there, that's how long you had. And they were, so they were like, you better fix anything that ain't right. So, and then by the time they get there, you better be standing outside your door. So we get in the room, and we're going through everything. And I'm like, all right, we're good. Room looks good, man. We're good. I'm standing outside the door, man, and I'm just chilling. I'm like, all right, dude, just good. I look over at Mike, and he's like, dude, we're gonna be in trouble. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I got monsters in the desk. Oh my God, dude. I was so mad, bro. I wanted to strangle him, bro. I'm like, you left monsters in the desk? They shouldn't even be here, bro. You take that stuff out on the weekends. Oh my gosh, dude. But here's the thing, bro. Here's just how life works, man. He had them sideways, laying on their side, and they were in one of those little shallow, in the desk, those little shallow desks that are really long and shallow, and you just put random stuff in there, your keyboard or whatever. And so there's a bunch of papers and stuff. Basically, all he did was stick them in the back, right? And throw a couple of sheets of paper on them. And so the trooper comes up to inspect our room, and she was pretty savage when she needed to be. She's pretty nice, the rest of the time. She goes in and she's checking everything, and I'm just like, don't check the desk, don't check the desk, don't check the desk, don't check the desk. She gets ready to come out, and on her way out, she goes and checks the desk, and she pulls the desk open, and the cans roll forward under the paper, shuts the desk, walks out. Oh my gosh, I wanted to pee myself in relief, dude. Literally. He was Mike was just beside himself the whole time, dude. He used to get so nervous and stuff like that, man. Oh my gosh, so funny. He's a good cop, man. He's a good guy. I need to reach out to him, man. See what's up. It's been a while since I talked to him. We've been messaging a little bit on Instagram, but yeah, man. He was a trip, dude. He used to tell me about he used to be heavy, and then just went low carb and started doing CrossFit and got pretty jacked. And so he's telling me oh man, dude, when I would eat the crust of pizza, I was so carb depleted all the time. He was like, I would eat the crust of pizza and just start laughing, dude. I would just be belly laughing for like 5-6 minutes straight. Just my body was so happy. I didn't know, there's just this explosion of energy and happiness. I was like, man, and I can't relate to it at all until now, dude. If I had a cookie right now, I'd do the same thing, man. Cause I'm hurting, dog. I'm hurting. So, yeah, man. Yeah. Good times, man. Good times. I think back on times and stuff like that, like, especially with how ancient I am. Like, I look back at certain periods in my life, and I don't think I ever was like not in the moment. There's some times that I do regret, like, being more, being like, not being present and stuff like that, like present minded and not really soaking it in. Especially like now that I've got the boys and stuff like that, you realize just how unstoppable time is and how fast it moves. Like, I remember Levi being born, yeah, it was yesterday, and now he's gonna be 5 soon, and it's like by before I know it, in 3 months, he's gonna be older than me, and I'm gonna be so ancient. I'm gonna be prehistoric. So, there's certain time periods where, it was just tough. We were just going through tough times and I was just mentally checked out. And I don't really remember much from that time, and I do kind of regret that a little bit. But, it's a good contrast to where I'm at now and where I have been, prior, just like really being able to just sit in the moment and stuff like that. I was thinking about that earlier this week because I was like, I was thinking back about I was wanting to do some more music stuff, and I was thinking about like, man, I wanted to be a musician for such a long time, and it never happened because I didn't really put the work in. I wrote good music, at least I think it was good, and I've been debating about putting that music up. I might do it, but yeah, I was like, oh man, it'd be like fun to maybe get back into it and just diddle around. But I'm like, man, I was really wanting to be like a musician like professionally, but I never put the work in. I didn't get out there and get the gigs, get the shows and stuff like that. But I did enjoy it, man. I really did. I really did enjoy the stuff that I did. I went and I built a little home studio and I taught myself how to record. I taught myself a bunch of different instruments and I started a band with some really, really cool guys and we got to do some cool stuff. Man, we, so we, I used to play guitar at my church. Church I play guitar right now, but it was like a long time ago and I'd gone there for a long time. But anyway, when I was in like the end of high school and the beginning of college, I played electric guitar, and then I met this guy who started playing. His name was Tim, and he was like the Shredmeister, dude. He'd come in and play a 7-string sometimes and just like shred out, and it was crazy because I was like, man, dude, I think he's a little younger than me, and he was so good. So good at guitar. He was like not, I don't mean this in a bad way. He wasn't at that time to me as like out of the box, but he knew the fundamentals so well that, it was just like, wow, dude, that is crazy. So like I would sometimes come up with stuff that I couldn't even play, but that he could play. And so I remember we were tracking guitars one night. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. It was cool. Me and him were like, dude, we should start a band, bro. Just for real. Like, I had some music already written, and I was like, yo, check this out. And he was like, that is sick, dude. I like it. Let's practice some covers too of stuff that's not quite like that, and let's kind of see where we fall. And so I had some like just like rock songs or whatever. But I think the stuff that stood out the most, that I had the most creativity and the most flow with, was actually screamo music, bro. I can't believe that this actually happened. My kids are never gonna believe it. But I had a screamo band for like a summer, and yeah, dude, I to me still holds up. To me, the music still holds up. It was just bangers. So started writing some more heavy stuff, some screamo stuff, and it was jamming. And that was back in like the MySpace days, right? So on MySpace, I used to just go and like friend random people that lived in the area that I thought were like might be cool or like had a lot of friends or whatever, other musicians and stuff like that. And I remember there was a kid, Cody, and I was like, oh, this guy kind of reminds me of Aaron Gillespie, the drummer from Under Oath. And I was real big into Under Oath at the time. And I'm like, this guy looks pretty chill. And he like played guitar and stuff like that. He had a couple of like pictures of him playing guitar, maybe a video of him playing guitar or something like that, or maybe it just had a profile. I don't remember. But anyway, I knew he lived in the area. I was like, oh, sick, dude. I didn't think I'd ever run into him or anything like that, but whatever. I was like, oh, let me just add him. Maybe we'll chat it up sometime. I remember I was leaving for work one day. I think I was leaving for work. Yeah, I had to be leaving for work one day. And I drive around the corner from my house, like literally just right around the corner from my house. And I see that kid, Cody, who I've never talked to. I'm just friends with on Facebook, friends on MySpace. And I only friended him like the week prior. And he might have even had some songs out, because I know my brothers, or at least my younger brother, he knew about him too. And anyway, I drive around the corner, and there's Cody walking down the street by himself playing a ukulele, dude. It was just like, that was the thing to do, man. If you were like, that kid, the scene kid, as they called it, which I don't even think that's what he was. I don't even know, dude. It was just a weird time, dude. The late, like the 2010s were just a weird time. But yeah, he's walking down the street just playing a ukulele all by himself, and I drive past him. I'm like, oh snap, that's Cody. I know him, bro. I know his face. So I back up, I roll my window. I'm like, hey, are you Cody? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, I'm friends with you on Facebook, man. I like your or MySpace. I can't even say MySpace because it's just so old. I'm like, friends with you on MySpace. He's like, oh, cool, man. And I'm like, I like your music. Thanks, dude. I'm like, you live here? Nah, dude. I was just going to my girlfriend's house. I was like, oh, sick, dude. Who's your girlfriend? My next door neighbor. Oh, definitely gonna be in my band. So I remember I hit him up like a couple days later. I'm like, yo, man, I need a drummer. I already got 2 guitars. I don't need any more. And I do the singing, so I need a drummer. Do you play drums? He's like, I actually do. I was like, could you send me a video of you playing drums? I just want to see. Dude, he sent me this video, and the kid was a beast, dude. He was a monster on the drums, bro. Oh my gosh. I was like, I found my Aaron Gillespie, bro. Straight up, bro. And he could sing pretty good. I was like, dude, you're the man, bro. You're in the band if you want to be. And he was like, dude, he's super stoked. I remember we would have practice and stuff like that. And it was just like, dude, we're a freaking band, bro. Bro. So what ended up happening, we played a couple of shows and we found like a vocalist guy who like didn't really do much. But he was a super chill guy, had a dope Gyarados tattoo. We ended up getting, so the guitarist guy, Tim, he ended up going into Valencia College and getting into the sound engineering program. And so he was like the first stages of that. And so he was friends with some of the guys that were in the last stage. And the last stage, before you graduate that program, you have to, as a music engineer, excuse me, I'm drinking sparkling water. You have to record an artist from scratch. So they come in, You live track everything, you mix, you master, and you give a finished product. And it's got to be like a full band. You can't just do a guy and a guitar. It had to be a full band, or like, multiple instruments and stuff. So I guess I can't remember the kid's name that did our stuff. I think his name was like Kevin or something like that. But anyway, I think he had like an artist like not show up or something like that. It wasn't working out. So Tim had told him, "Hey, I'm in a band. Hit up Charlie. I'm sure that he could coordinate it. We could come in. We could do this thing, and we'll do the program. We'll be the artist for you." So the guy was like, "Dope, man. That's great. I got to make it happen. Let's go. I don't have time to look for anybody else." So, dude, we get in there, and it was one of those just really, really in the moment things, and I'll never forget it. I felt like I look back at those times, and I'm fond of them, and I kind of miss them in a certain sense, but I'm not like, "Oh man, I wish I could go back." I took it for granted. I wasn't, I didn't appreciate the time. Dude, I was fully submersed in that time. I was living it up, dude. Living it up, dude. Such a good time, man. It was so cool. We would do practice and stuff like that. You're practicing and you're not, it's cool to hear everything come together. When you go do a show, it's cool. You hear everything come together, but you're not like, I'm not watching you, I'm not watching Tim or watching Cody or watching my brother play. I'm not listening to the song and watching them track everything out. And it's just, so it was really cool to actually get to almost be the audience for a minute. And so I remember, dude, we go into I think it was called a cave. And me and Tim would track guitars in there. And it was just so cool to just watch that dude just kill our songs, man. And we would write parts and some, you could get away with a little bit sloppy playing live, but you want to have it the cleanest you can when you do in the studio stuff. And he was so clean. He even did some of my guitar parts for me. And then, but then watching Cody play the drums to our songs, especially the song we had called The Road Back Home. That song was I don't say very technical, but it was pretty technical. And Cody was crispy clean on the drums. It was so cool, dude. It was so cool to sit back. We had like the whole band. We would do a scratch track. So we'd play it to a click. And so then Cody could come back in and play over it, and get real fancy with it and get real, just real polished. And so we're in the booth. There's a big booth in a big room, multiple mixing boards and stuff like that. Cody's in this bigger room with the drums and everything's mic'd. And it's just so cool. It's surreal. You feel so legit. And, you got a bunch of like students that are about to graduate and they know what they're talking about. And it's like, it's legit. And so the song is going, and Cody's just, and he is just killing it. He's lost in it, man. He's absolutely lost in the sauce, bro. He's going ham. He's playing like a master, killing it. And we're just sitting there, just our smiles hurt. That's how big they are because it sounds so good. He is killing it. And I remember the sound engineer guy was like, as soon as he was done, he was like, wow, that was cool. Because it's like, you don't get to see that every day. Even when you're in a sound engineer program, because like a lot of people are just playing like some pop stuff, some whatever, or like play like metal that you can't really get into or you can't track you can't really get into it. It doesn't have like that groove. But dude, my stuff was all about groove and feeling and emotion and just really you'd be able to just sit in there and be like, oh, yeah, dude, that is the jam. So, man, what a good time, bro. What a good time. We had such a good time, bro. I can't believe I was in a Screamo band, dude. I got to go back and do solo artists and stuff because, like, even during when I was in the Screamo band, when I was, like, writing that, I was also writing, like, John Mayer type music because, oh, my light just died. John Mayer's my idol. He's my hero. I'm my idol. My hero, dude. My musical hero. My greatest influence. The dude's a master. And so I was writing like his style music, and I got to go back in by myself under two other students. Dude, we had such a good time. And it was so much fun, and we had made it fun for the engineers and stuff like that. So we were joking and just having a good time that I got asked to come back for another student. I think her name was Ariana, and she was straight trash. And she butchered my songs. And then I got to come back for another guy, Alex Cole. Dude, check out Alex Cole on, he's on YouTube, he's on Instagram. That dude is a beast. And I think his band's called Alex and Tons. Tons is his percussionist. But Alex, dude, that guy was so chill. He had the same kind of style. And he was just so cool. He was also super good guitarist, very good vocalist. And so when I came in and I was recording with him, he like knew what it should sound like. You know, that was a really cool thing, is like his ear was very, very similar to mine. So when we recorded, dude, it was such a good time, man. I had a great time. We'd show up at I'd get there at like midnight, 1 a.m., whatever, and we'd track out for 2-3 hours and then be done. And then, the songs he did came out really good. I had a good time doing that. That was even more, I don't want to say that was even more of like a great time, but it was just another level of it, because it'd be just me in this huge room with like marimbas and xylophones and this big baby grand piano and just tons of woodwind instruments and just everything, just tons of instruments, these big giant percussion drums and stuff. So much fun. You know, I'd be waiting in between takes and stuff like that and waiting for him to get set up, and I'd just be playing random stuff, and we'd be just throwing in stuff because I had all this stuff recorded at home. So I'd come in and I'd be like, yeah, this is what it sounds like. And he'd be like, all right, you should throw in piano. You should throw in this. You should do this. What if you try this? What if you throw in this? I was like, oh, dude, so great. Hey, put this harmony in there. We go out, dude. It was so much fun, dude. So much fun. You know, sometimes I think like, man, dude, I don't have like, I don't know why I feel like this sometimes. I feel like I don't have good stories. And maybe it's just because like where I'm at now, like my life isn't like just about me anymore. So it's like I got memories of my kids and I'm investing that into them. But I don't know, maybe that's why. But sometimes I feel like I don't have any good stories, man. I don't have like, I don't know, man. Dude, that was like literally like, and you would think, bro, that having such a cool experience like that and having the music come out good and getting a lot of positive feedback from it, and you would think that would like, all right, dude, time to do some shows, time to get out there. Nah, I still was so insecure. I wouldn't get out there because like my vocal registry is not that. I'm very much in like the John Mayer range, and I'm saying if he could do it, but I don't know, man. I don't know. John Mayer's real talented though. I did notice though that it was very certain people. There's like certain types of musicians, and there's a lot of them that are just awful to work with. And just, they're just awful to talk to in general. I remember there's this guy, I don't say he was awful to talk to in every area, but there's this guy, I think he played like, I don't know, bongos at church or something like that. And I was talking to him one Sunday morning after practice or rehearsal, whatever. And I think I was playing guitar maybe, or drums, I can't remember. And he's like, "Oh, who's like your biggest influence?" And I was like, "Oh man, without a doubt, John Mayer, Jonathan Clayton Mayer. That's my man, dude. He is so good at guitar. He's a really good. He's a good singer, and he has the same kind of range that I do. You know, he's not a Bruno Mars or anything like that. He's got like a lower register, and he just makes it work, dude. And I really, really like all of his music, from the trio to the poppy stuff to the country stuff. Like I dig it all, man. I dig it all. And he's like, oh man, John Mayer, he's not even that good at guitar. I was like, we're done. We're done, dude. I ain't talking to you no more. You ever meet a person like that, dude? Oh man, dude, it makes me so mad. You ever meet a person like that where it's like they've got an opinion, a 100% wrong opinion about something, and they're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna throw this worthless 100% inaccurate opinion all over your. And on top of that, dude, I'm like, this is my guy. He's like, who's your number one inspiration? That's my number one inspiration. And you just took a dump all over him, and you're wrong. Wrong, dude. I was like, bro, we're done. We're done. We can't talk about this anymore, dude. I can't stand. I literally can't stand talking to, and it's not all old guy musicians. There's plenty of them that appreciate the new stuff and the old stuff. Great. But there's just so many old guys that only like other old guys that play guitar. That's it. It's like you talk to a dude who's in his 50s about guitar. You talk to a 50-year-old guitarist, right? Who plays like electric guitar, man. He likes to lead guitarist. There's a maybe 85% chance that he doesn't know any good guitarist from today. And literally will just crap on everything that's come out in the last 30 years and only likes music from the 70s and 80s and maybe some of the 60s. But mostly the 70s and the 80s. It's like, if he didn't have blown out blonde hair, he wasn't in a hair metal band, he didn't really play guitar. What you really want, man, is some Stevie Nicks, bro. What you really want, man? I'm like, I can't stand it, bro. Like, I love classic rock. I love classic rock, dude. I think that I'm like dude, I could easily be in what song is that? Back in Black? Who sings that song? Well, I don't know. Who sings Back in Black? One moment. Take you this long to figure it out? Dude, Siri is garbage, dude. Oh my gosh. Dude, I know like everybody is absolutely discrediting everything I'm about to say. So you don't even know who this is. Like ZZ Top or something? It's not ZZ Top. Back in AC/DC. I knew that. I'm old. I'm old. I have Alzheimer's already. I'm old. I'm an old guy. Okay. Yes, I know AC/DC. I could be an AC/DC cover band for sure. I could be in an AC/DC cover band for sure. I can sound exactly like that guy. Who's the lead singer of AC/DC? AC/DC. Excuse me. Brian Johnson. Yeah, dude, I could be Brian Johnson. I could easily be. I could replace Brian Johnson. Back in Black. I hate this act. Oh, dude, I'm all about it. I'm trying to get back on them. White dudes. I'm out of life. I'm taking understand what's in your life. Dude, all day. I love that old stuff. I appreciate it, but guess what? Have you heard of Tosin Abasi and Javier Reyes? Have you heard of Matt Gartzka? You know what I mean? Like, you got to know some of the new stuff, right? Who's the kid? Tim, whatever his name is, Tim Henson? Is it Tim Henson? Yeah, dude, you heard of Tim Henson, bro? Dude's a freaking G. Yeah. Ichikanito, dude, and Yvette Young, dude. You ever heard of these people, bro? No, they ain't never heard of them, dude. All they like is whoever sings November Rain, Guns N' Roses. That's it. They like that guy. Slash. They like Stevie Ray Vaughan and Steamy Nicks and Led Zeppelin. And they're like, oh, you like classical music? Well, you'll love Yngwie Malmsteen. It's like, nah, dude. Yeah, they're good, but they're not the only good ones, man. There's plenty of other good stuff out there. It drives me crazy when they they can't appreciate anything that's come out in the last 30 years. It's just like, I hate people that are like that. I don't hate people that are like that. I hate when people are like that. I hate when people are like that, dude. You know, they only like one type of food. They only like this. Well, you know, Italian, you got to have real Italian pizza, man. I'm telling you, just regular stuff is good. You got to have that Neapolitan. You know, it's got to be real pizza, man. Real margherita, you know? I'm just like, get out of here, dude. Sometimes Domino's is good. Sometimes, yeah, no, you know, there's no such thing as Chicago style pizza in Italy. Oh, yeah, who cares? It just, ugh, they just drain me of my energy, dude. I got enemies, got a lot of enemies, got a lot of people trying to drain me of my energy, talking about some stuff they don't know. I'm telling you, man, it's so annoying. How do you get like that, man? I'm gonna be like, I hope I'm not like that one day because I do like old music. I went to go see the Redcoats. They're like Beatles and some other, mostly Beatles cover band, but they play some other stuff too. I went to go see them. If you're in like the Winter Park area, that's normally where they play. They play like Dexter's, some other place. I don't know if it's called Dexter's anymore, but they play around. They're old guys, super, super, super good. They sound a lot like the Beatles, which is crazy. And they're so good. And so I remember I'm gonna go see them play a show, and I was like singing along with a bunch of their music, and the one guy got off stage and he's like, "You're too young to know these songs." I'm like, "No, guy, I'm normal. I appreciate old music and I appreciate new music. You know, I love old like 50s crooners, big band music, dude. Frank Sinatra is the jam, dude. I can sing. I literally, dude, I don't know if this drives Jade mad sometimes, but I'll just start singing like random stuff in that old like crooners style stuff. Like yeah, I was just doing it before. The boys were like driving me nuts, whatever, and it was I'm losing my patience. You're making me angry. Like, I'll just do all that stuff all the time, dude, because I love that stuff, man. That music was powerful then. And AC/DC rocked the house, bro. And the Bee Gees, bro. Dude, if I could be in a Bee Gees cover band, bro, I would be in a Bee Gees cover band, dude, because disco was the jam. Go and try to learn a Bee Gees song on acoustic guitar. It's impossible, dude. Those guys were so good. The chord phrasing, oh man, dude, the Bee Gees were so good. Right? Disco was the jam, bro. Earth, Wind, and Fire, jam, bro. All those guys. Gloria Estefan, bro, I've been turning the beat around since 1991, bro. I've been turning the beat around since 1991, okay? The jam, bro. That's my life motto. Turn the beat around. Gotta feel percussion. All day. But that's what I think that's like, that's normal, right? Or am I in the minority? I don't know, dude. Do most people only like one thing? Do most people only like the thing that came out when they are young? And like, I get it, back in the day, like that music was so powerful, it like defined the era, you know? It's kind of like how like Drake and Travis Scott and defined, the last like, I don't know, 10 years, and like some other guys, I don't know, I don't listen to hip hop. Like Taylor Swift is like defined a decade, and Beyonce and Kanye and Jay-Z and stuff. It's kind of like how boy bands like defined the early 2000s, and the late 90s. I get it, or like Nirvana and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They defined an era or these years, and I get it, and they're so impactful. And you think about the 90s, you think about grunge, punk rock. I get it, but you only like that? That's just so dumb, bro. So dumb. You're so narrow minded. It's just so like, I don't get it, man. Like, did anyone else I didn't even go to music appreciation school. Bothers me, man. But I'll never say that to anybody's face, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a nice guy. I'm chill. I'm turning the beat around. Anyway, man, my throat's drying out. I need to go get a drink. I need to go to bed. I got more stretching and stuff to do early in the morning. I got more dieting to do. Don't want to. The weather's been so nice, dude. I just want hot coffee, and I really can't have any. It's bumming me out. But anyway, see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Share the podcast, guys. Look, I'm trying to start an empire here, right? I got a thing I'm working on the side. This business thing, and this other like little community, little empire thing I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to start an empire here. I'm trying to take over. I'm trying to take over everything, right? And I want you to be part of it. And the only way for you to be part of it is to get more people involved. I want you guys to be my recruiters, right? Bring people in. Bring people in to the fold. I want people to come into the fold. All right? I'm getting serious right here. I want people to be brought into the fold. All right? I want you to bring them in. I want you to share what it is I'm saying. I want you to turn the beat around. Right? Spread the percussion. If they like coffee, if they like to hear a dude talk about stuff, they like music, they like fitness, whatever it is. They just like real life. I'm going to share some real stuff with you guys coming up. I'm going to share some personal things, and we're going to grow together. Stuff that I learn, I'm going to pass on to you. Stuff that bothers me, I'm going to make it bother you. Stuff that makes me smile, it's going to make you smile. And we're going to grow this empire together, baby. Yeah. I'm counting on you guys. Can't grow it without you. So like the podcast, share the podcast, bring them into the fold. Let's grow this empire.